What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, man. We live. We working. A lot of news in the world of boxing, man. 2017 has been phenomenal. Broner versus Mikey Garcia. Pretty Boy Floyd said he's already here. Carlos, what up? Hold on, let me drive by over here. Hold on. I would lean towards Garcia, but I don't think it's an easy fight for him unless Broner is just inconsistent. Yeah, it's been a great year for boxing. Hold on one sec. We out here in this Bay Area, man. What y'all think? Does Eagle Valley got to make an appearance on Freddie Roach? Those crazy comments. Yeah, the Freddie Roach comments made no sense. The dumb thing about Freddie Roach's comments is the biggest selling boxing event ever was Floyd Mayweather, a black fighter, and Filipino fighter. So where does he get this number that a black fighter and a Filipino won't do any numbers? That's just stupid. And you know what's funny to me? Guys, if you have a point, you shouldn't have to stretch the truth or omit portions of it. That's like saying, like, let's say I'm an attorney, right? I'm a DA or whatever, and we're trying to accuse a guy of, we're trying to pin a murder on him. And he has a good alibi for why he was not there. And he was like, no, I was at work, and I'm trying to still pin this murder on him, right? And he was at work. He could show his manager will testify. He has his punch in, clock out receipts. And I'm like, no, he did this murder. Like, he's like, what about his alibi? Oh, yeah, don't count that. You can't omit what you want out of an argument. You know what I'm saying? You can't say, like, oh, because I don't want to include that, we want to blame this murder on him. That doesn't count. You can't, if it's admissible, it's admissible. So you can't say, oh, Mayweather and Pacquiao, we can't include that. Why can't we? Yeah, I got that cut, man. I got a female barber too, man. She got bars. Broner's dope when he's focused. Got the little Starbucks. I can't reveal where the media day is located. It's not my business. If you didn't get the email, then you're probably not supposed to be here. Young Q, what up? Talk about Spence Brook low numbers. See, people like you are what's wrong with boxing. Like you, because I could tell by your comment, you want me to talk about the numbers being low because you think that's a good thing or whatever. Like you're using it to mock or laugh the fight. I don't care about. The only reason I give numbers is because I cover boxing and I know the fans want to see it. But I don't give a shit if the numbers were low for that particular fight, in the fact that no one said Kell Brook or Errol Spence were worldwide stars. But if Golovkin says I could pass up $15 million to not fight Canelo, I'm talking about last year, then that's something different. And HBO is putting a lot of marketing into him. You know what I mean? PBC does what they can, but they haven't put the level of exposure and marketing behind him as HBO. So You know what I mean? The numbers, is an afternoon telecast, and it came on pretty early. Asian? No, I'm not Asian. That's what's up. But yeah, some people they think that's oh yeah, talk about the Ward Kovalev numbers being low. Okay, let's talk about it. But no one said Ward was a pay-per-view star. That was his first pay-per-view. No one said Kovalev was a pay-per-view star. But more importantly than all these numbers is the fight was good. Point blank period. You know what I mean? So in that regard, I don't care what the numbers are because we got a good fight. Because you look at Canelo Chavez Jr., that had great numbers. Over 1 million, the first pay-per-view in a while to have over 1 million, and the fight was trash. And it didn't mean anything. So, like, I mean, numbers are numbers. What's next for Kell Brook? I don't know. I have to see how he recovers from that dual eye injuries. I've never seen that. I've never seen somebody get back-to-back the same injury on separate sides. I've seen people like Sergio Martinez. He got dropped by Chavez Jr. He hurt his knee, tore some ligaments and whatever. And in the Martin Murray fight, it looked like that same problem came back. And then also it plagued him in the Cotto fight. But I never really seen what Kell Brook is going through, which is one eye getting fucked up and then the other eye getting fucked up in the same fashion by two different fighters. That's really weird. So since it's such a rarity to me, then I'm sure it's a rarity for the fighter. He wasn't expecting that either. So I don't know how he's going to bounce back for that. Kell Brook messed up. I told you guys that last year. People didn't want to listen to me. They said I was hating because Golovkin was getting a payday and blamed, oh, but Chris Eubank. I don't care. Chris Eubank just fought at 168, and he's big. He's pretty big for 160. Like, he's always in shape and stuff like that. So it is what it is. But Kell Brook, that's what happens. I'm not saying I'm happy it happened, but I'm saying that's what happens when you make foolish decisions. You have to live with the consequences. To jump up 2 weight classes when you ain't cleared out welterweight makes no sense. It just made no sense to me. You know what I mean? Because if anybody jumps up, let them be the best in their previous division. The Golovkin fight, like, now he can, the only thing when he retires, he can say, oh, but I exposed Golovkin. I made him look vulnerable. Yeah, but you also got stopped. And you also got an injury which may have came back to haunt you in your very next fight, which may have you done at the elite level. Because I like Kell Brook. I'm not trying to go in, but who's he going to beat at 54? You got killers up there. Jermell Charlo's big. I just interviewed him last month. He's focused. He's hungry. He has a new training situation. Just knocked out Charles Hatley. You look at a ton of other people. Like, who's he gonna fight? Who's he gonna beat? Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade. Who else is there? Erislandy Lara. Man, Demetrius Andrade would be a terrible fight for Kell Brook because Errol Spence had trouble getting off the blocks. Maybe it was the 9-month layoff or whatever. Maybe it's because he never fought for a title. Boo Boo Andrade, I've watched the man spar in person. And he's an Olympian just like Errol Spence Jr. And he's bigger framed, and he's also a southpaw. Demetrius Andrade would be terrible because he can slip punches and be in front of you. Watch the fight with my dude. Shout out to Willie Nelson. Willie Nelson is like 6'3", and he was bigger than Demetrius Andrade. And Andrade couldn't really do nothing with him. I mean, Willie Nelson couldn't really do nothing with him. Killing it. Ego killing it recently with the vids. Much respect. Yeah, no doubt, man. I'm just putting in the work because boxing's been going crazy. Yeah, Amir Khan, that makes some money. I don't care about the fight now. They should have fought when they were supposed to fight. See, that's the thing. Like the Mayweather and Pacquiao, they were able to drag it on or whatever, and it still made money. But the Kell Brook fight, man, I mean, Amir Khan, Kell Brook, who cares? They both got stopped. You know what I mean? They both have probably about the same amount of stoppages. So it's not a big money fight. Wilder Joshua, that could be a big money fight because it's two undefeated guys. Two guys have been hurt, battled adversity, but still made it through to get the win. Both guys have power, stuff like that. Kell Brook and Amir Khan, we know we've seen their best and we've seen their worst, so to speak. Yeah, man, got that Starbucks joint. Or Kovalev too, good fight. I'm in front of Virgil Hunter's gym right now, but I'm gonna be going in a minute. I gotta keep an eye on the time. I'm picking Ward. I think he kind of found something. I think his mistake in the first fight was he was too aggressive too early. Maybe he underestimated Kovalev's like ability to box or whatever. Got caught in that second round, and he had to shake the cobwebs out. But if you really play the fight back, and I'm gonna do like Freddie Roach, and this is just for an argument. If you take the knockdown away, then Kovalev didn't do anything abnormally crazy. He just gave Ward a good competitive fight. The knockdown is what stands in people's brain. People remember he knocked down on all four. That's what they keep raving about. The knockdown was the difference maker. But if you look at everything else, the remainder of the fight, it was just a high-speed chess match. Ask Ward for advice on upcoming boxers like myself. Yeah, but see, I'm going to tell y'all how this game works. I've been doing this long enough. People have favorites and they pick and choose when something is applicable. Point blank, period. Canelo didn't do shit versus Erislandy Lara, but body work. That's if you had Canelo winning, the reason you said he won, aside from fanboyism, is because he was destroying Erislandy Lara's body, and Lara started to be evasive and started to be more in retreat mode, right? That's it. So Canelo wins the fight versus Lara in your scorecard, but Ward doesn't get credit for his body shots. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. Or like Triple G versus Jacobs. People say, oh, the knockdown was the difference maker. Oh, it's because of jab. But then there's other people who set everything up with the jab, and you say they ran and they didn't fight a good fight or what. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. Double standards like a motherfucker. So Ward dominates. See, this is another problem with boxing fans. The comment says, so Ward dominates Kovalev in the second fight. Now, when you guys replay this video, tell me when I ever said that Ward dominates Kovalev. That's the internet. I don't know if it makes people like lose brain cells, but you guys make things up. Like, people always say stuff I never even said. Like, oh, hey man, you said Kovalev will get dominant. I've never said that. I never said Kovalev would get dominated. What are you talking about? Yeah, of course they ignore Mayweather's jab versus Castillo because they wanted him to lose. Last undisputed welterweight, I'm not sure. But yeah, y'all gotta, if you wanna like when I get on these live streams, you wanna debate me, or you wanna have a boxing talk or whatever you wanna call it, talk about what I said. I feel like Angel Garcia. Talk to me. You don't ask me no darn Lucas Matisse. You talk to them. Talk to me about the champ of the world. I speak the truth. Like, I don't want to talk. Don't tell me about stuff I didn't say. Talk to me about the champ of the world. Talk about Boxingego. Talk about what I said. Don't talk about stuff you guys made up. I never said Kovalev would get dominated in the rematch. Shout out to BK, man. I speak the truth. Angel be going crazy. Ponytail. But yeah, that's the problem with boxing fans. It's like their attention span is like small, like especially in this internet age. Take off that motherfucking Janet Jackson hat. You look like Janet. That shit was so funny. He really tried Zab Judah with that. Don't talk to me about no darn Lucas Matisse. You talk to me about Danny, the champ of the world. Talk to me about that. Or you American when you get the welfare check. Angel be going off. I speak the truth. oh, they real American, they get that welfare. He'd be like, the question would be about Danny Garcia possibly fighting Floyd Mayweather, and he'd be like, you know, the Israelis came over and talked to me about the welfare. I'm like, what the fuck? What is Angel even talking about? He'd be veering off into the unknown. I'm a boxing fan, motherfucker, like that with everything. Yeah, man, these boxing fans go crazy. Like, they think, like I told you guys straight, like, I'm not an emotional person. Like, even in relationships, I'm not like overly emotional. You know what I'm saying? Where like some girls probably get weirded out, like they say something crazy like, oh, just leave. Okay, then I'll leave. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna react how you want me to react. I'll leave. If you want me to leave, okay, deuces. And then they'd be like, oh, you see, you don't even care, you're just gonna leave like that? Yep, that's what you told me to do. I'm not, I don't know, I'm not a robot, but I'm not super emotional like that. So when it comes to this boxing, I'm a boxing fan before I even started doing this. Like, this is started off as a hobby, and then it picked up. I didn't know it would be this big, or it could be this big. I wasn't thinking about getting money. I had a full-time job. I wasn't thinking about YouTube checks. I didn't even know how that worked. But it got bigger. I stuck with it, and people respected the message, and it got bigger. But at the end of the day, I pick who I think is going to win. Canelo versus Golovkin. If I say I'm going to pick Canelo, people are like, oh, you're sucking that redhead's dick. You love that ginger dick. You always pick. I mean, last month I hate Mexicans. They say, oh, you hate Mexicans because of this. Like, some of y'all are literally retarded, like retards. Like, it'll be shit that don't even make sense. Like, it'll be two Mexican fighters, Canelo versus Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. And I didn't even do a fight prediction, but if I did, they'd be like, oh, you hate Mexicans. That's why you're picking Chavez. What? They're both Mexican. What are you talking about? How, you know what I mean? It'll be like Errol Spence, Keith Thurman. And then they'll say, oh, you're racist. You're racist against black. They're both black. So because I think Errol Spence Jr. is going to win, I'm racist? Like, what? It doesn't even make sense what some of you guys say. No, I don't. Yeah, you know, I'm not going to say nobody's name and any dumb shit. Yeah, you could. I'm Mexican. It says I'm Mexican. I got Triple G. That's fine. That, you know what I mean? That's good. People should be more sensible. Like, I told you guys, I'm leaning towards like Mikey Garcia over Broner, but I don't think it's an easy fight. But people get so bent out of shape when you make a fight prediction. That's just crazy to me. Like, I eat, sleep boxing, but it's not that serious at the end of the day. Like, I'm more happy when I and the thing is, for me, I love underdogs. Like, I love a good underdog story, you know what I mean? So if the underdog wins and I'm wrong, or somebody surprises me, then great, you know what I mean? It's great for the sport. I just care about the meaningful fights. Baller, I do a little bit. I'm drinking Starbucks. 2017, I would say, is better than 2013, because one of the things I've noticed too is Showtime and PBC, they're kind of stepping up their social media game. You know what I mean? Matchroom's doing a good job too, where they're actually promoting the fights. I feel like the promotions in 2013, 14, 15, they weren't that good. Even 16 or whenever Mayweather fought Pacquiao, that promotion could have been way better, but they just banked off the fact that the fight was already sold and all this and that, when they could have made that fight even bigger. Troy King, I believe, is going out of town. Free fights are great. There's a lot of great free fights. Shout out to Tristan Graham. He said he's been following, rocking with the channel since I had 400 subscribers, and it grew over time. Yeah, man, just hard work, dedication. I'm not gonna get a ticket. I'm not driving. I'm parked. Would you take a job offer from HBO or Showtime? You put Showtime. I don't know. I mean, I'm a businessman. You know, because you can find me at my place of business. It just depends what they're talking about. Like, I mean, if it's at what cost? Because if they want to hire me, At what cost? I don't have no freedom. Like if HBO said, hey, we'll hire you, we'll give you X amount of dollars, and you have to sell out and like say some coon shit or say whatever we tell you to do on a script, then I wouldn't do it, because why would I? Like I mean, I make cool money doing this. Like I don't need HBO. You know what I mean? This is my full-time gig. So I don't know. It just depends on what they're talking about. But if it's something that I have to be a slave for a company, I've already worked for companies before. Like my whole life, I've had jobs. Why you gotta say coon, brother? Racist? What are you talking about? You never heard of the term coon? Love the voice impressions. How much are you getting paid? Now, why the fuck would I tell you that? See, that's what I'm saying. Some people do, like, I don't go to your job, wherever you work, Kmart, whatever you do, plumber, and ask you how much you make. You know what I'm saying? Why would I reveal that? What does that have to do? See, that's what's wrong with this newer generation. Stuff like that. Why do you care how much I make? What is that? How does that impact you? Like, how does it affect your bank account? You know what I'm saying? If I make $1 or $1 million, you don't see any of it, so it doesn't make sense. You guys have to get some etiquette and some couth. Just like asking a female, hey, how much do you weigh, babe? Especially you don't know her like that. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I do videos, but most people don't know me on a personal level. You know what I mean? So why would you ask how much someone makes? That's what's wrong. People think this is the internet. They have exclusive VIP access to your life. You don't need to know more than what I tell you. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, when's the last time you fucked? Who's the last person you have sex with? Like, you're not my doctor. You're not my girl. Like, why would I tell you financials and how much I got on taxes and how much I had to pay? How much? What? You said forget all that and then start talking about Broner McGregor. They're not fighting. Broner has Mikey Garcia. Floyd might fight McGregor, so why would I switch subjects to talk about that? My last job, I was working at Best Buy. Before that, I was working at Lowe's. I had like just kind of stepped up and kept getting promoted and stuff. Got the Rick Fox hair. Yeah, that's my natural shit. My pops. Thank my pops. Warriors in 5. Belt on, bro. I'm not driving. Everyone's concerned with me being in a parked car with no seatbelt. Do you guys use seatbelts when you're parked? I don't. I don't use seatbelt. AZ or Nas? Nas. Were you affected by the ad boycott from advertising on YouTubers? I'm sure everyone was affected to a degree, like in terms of they probably seen subtle dips or whatever, but I mean, look at I cover fights. I went to New York back-to-back months, so I mean, maybe it affects different people other ways. I don't know. I'm straight. I've been straight. Bone Thugs or Do or Die? I mean, I'm a long-time Bone Thugs and Harmony fan, so I gotta rock with them. Nothing against Do or Die. Media days in like 15-20 minutes. Man, the Warriors embarrassed the Cavs last night. No, I haven't listened to the new Tribe album, but rest in peace to Fife. Tank and Farmer, when will we see it? I don't know. You gotta ask Mayweather Promotions. I want to see it. I know both of them. You look like you belong in Aventura. Like Drake said, the Spanish mommies love me like I'm Aventura. Tell Uncle Luke I'm out Miami too. Without Durant, Cavs could have won last night. Damn, that's a Freddie Roach comment. Without Durant, the Cavs could have won last night. I don't understand what's the fascination from like picking and choosing. They have Durant, so why would, unless he was injured, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy to me. Hold on 1 second. You know what I mean? That's how you could do that with anything in boxing. You could say, man, Amir Khan, he would have beat Danny Garcia's ass if he didn't get knocked out. It doesn't even make sense. He was doing good, but that's the package. Amir Khan doesn't necessarily have the most durable chin, so that's part of his package. He can box the hell out of you, he can outspeed you, but at the end of the day, if he gets caught right by a puncher, you don't know how he's going to act. Freddie Roach told the truth, black and Asian don't sell. Explain Mayweather versus Pacquiao. Explain why Pacquiao fought Bradley 3 times. And see, this is the thing. Why were they trying to fight Adrian Broner? I could do this all day. The other thing, that's a pussy statement, because at the end of the day, who cares if it's black and Asian, if it's black and Asian, Puerto Rican and Mexican? Like, it doesn't matter. If you're supposed to be the champion, you're supposed to be the best. You can't. This is not. What planet do some of y'all live on? You know what I'm saying? Like, that you could skip around fighting the best available people that your own promoter wants you to fight, but you could skip around because of somebody's ethnicity. That doesn't even make sense. So Errol Spence, and see, this is how I know some of y'all are real fake, because what is the criticism for Floyd? They say, oh, Floyd doesn't fight enough African American fighters. He fights slow, flat-footed Latinos. So why does he have to fight an African American? Why can't he just say, oh, black and black don't sell? You know what I'm saying? Because one, people will call bullshit, because Hagler, Hearns, and Classic, Muhammad Ali, and Foreman have sold. But why did people pressure Floyd to fight an African American? Say, oh, he doesn't want to fight a youthful African American fighter. You know what I mean? And you're right, Floyd has been fighting black people. Shane Mosley, Zab Judah, Sharmbe. See, that's what I'm saying. It's the acceptance. You accept certain things from certain people, but you don't spread the love. It's just only applicable to the fighter you like. Like, if Freddie Roach says it about his fighter Pacquiao and you like him, then that's good. You know what I mean? You're like, oh yeah, a black and an Asian don't sell, but we're picking Jeff Horn, a guy that we could only put in Australia where he's from, because nobody in America has really heard of him. That's dumb. You know what I'm saying? And you can always bring this thing full circle, where you can see who really means what they say, because you look at several comments throughout months, they've come up with every excuse in the book to not Pacquiao, for him not to fight Terrence Crawford. Michael Cox said, oh, we don't like Pacquiao's style. Then Freddie Roach said previously, Pacquiao can make 35 if he wanted to, make 135 or 140. And then the excuse was, oh, Crawford doesn't want to come up to 147. And then Crawford got on Twitter and said, I never said it. I was never offered anything. I never said I wouldn't come up to 147. Excuses. Just say you don't want to fight him. I would respect that a lot more. Manny Bradley, 400K and 300K buys. The first one did like 890,000, so you're false, and I know that off the top of my head doing a live stream. Second of all, I never said any black will do, like any black person will sell. That's stupid. That's like saying any Mexican fighter. Miguel Vasquez is Mexican, but he's not doing no crazy numbers. But then Canelo is Mexican and he's doing crazy numbers. So it's not about any black person. It's the level of threat and who has somewhat of a fan base. Crawford has that. Errol Spence just went over to the UK and was getting love. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just about any black. People didn't want to see Bradley fight Pacquiao 3 times. That's why that fight kept going down and down and down, because motherfuckers didn't want to see it. It had nothing to do with because Bradley was black. It had something to do with they didn't give a fuck about that fight. You know what I mean? That's what it goes. That's what it is. You know what I mean? People bring up, oh, Josh Clottey wasn't the biggest name. Do I think Cotto will make a comeback in the ring and show improvement? No. I mean, I don't think he needs to show improvement to fight and beat Kamagai. Kamagai is tough. He's a warrior, but that's where it stops. It's The Rock. You know what I mean? Like, what has Kamagai done at 54 that would lead you to believe that he'll beat Cotto? And obviously we're considering it's a prepared Cotto. He's still with Freddie Roach and the Cotto we've always seen, because it's not like his last fight was Canelo, but he didn't get knocked out like Kirkland did. Went the distance with him. I think Canelo showed him too much respect. I think Canelo could have knocked Cotto out, but he took a long break. He didn't even get like knocked out like the Margarito fight, and he looked busted up. So, you know what I mean? He looked like a regular fight after he fought Canelo. Took a long layoff. What has Kamba Guy done that lets you believe that he would be victorious over Cotto? Because he shows heart? That doesn't mean anything. Kamba Guy started off at like 35 or 40, and I think his only fight was the Jesus Soto Kras at 54. Pacquiao has earned the right to fight a bum. More excuses. Once again, you're a champion, and so Errol Spence, he just had a tough fight in a guy's backyard. So why would fans give him shit if he fights a bum like a Jeff Horn, that like a guy that's unheard of? Deontay Wilder, why were people mad that after he beat Bermane Stiverne, he fought against Eric Molina, a guy with power? You know what I mean? That I've heard of because I've seen this fight with Chris Arreola. You know what I mean? See, again, you guys apply the rules when you find it convenient. Deontay Wilder can't fight a bum because he's bum squad, right? But if Pacquiao, he's earned the right, even though he's a champion too. You guys got to read these comments. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah, why did Rod Salka? That's a great example. Why did Danny Garcia get so much slack? He had a great resume by the time he fought Rod Salka. He had fought Mauricio Herrera, tough fight. He had knocked down Lucas Matisse, beat him, beat Zab Judah, knocked out Amir Khan, beat Eric Morales, beat him again, knocked him out. So why do people get mad at the Rod Salka and to this day call Danny Garcia Cherry Garcia? Again, the rules apply when they want them to apply. Man, if Floyd fought Jeff Horn, the internet would break. Period. Yeah, exactly. Floyd earned his fight with Berto, but he fought Pacquiao. Floyd's last 6 fights, he fought Cotto, he fought Guerrero, he fought Canelo, he fought Maidana twice, then he fought Pacquiao, then he fought Berto. Pacquiao's schedule has not been like that. He fought Bradley 3, he fought Brandon Rios coming off a loss, moving up 7 pounds. He fought Chris Algieri, who barely beat Ruslan Provodnikov and had a Cyclops eye. He fought Jesse Vargas, who is a newer welterweight and doesn't have the real style to complicate things. Wickedy Split, what up? Fight Canelo. I'm about to get into this media day, y'all. But Gregor vs. Diaz 3, stock this slap. Manny has fought nothing but killers his entire career. That's false. The later part of his career, to me, ain't been all killers. Brandon Rios coming off of a loss to Mike Alvarado is not a killer. Moving up 7 pounds. At all. That's not a killer. That's not. Where's Brandon? Name Brandon Rios' best welterweight performance. I'll wait. What has he done at welterweight to this day? And this is not a Brandon Rios diss. I'm asking you guys. Name Brandon Rios. Diego Chavez, a fight he was losing until Chavez got disqualified when they were both fouling. What is Brandon Rios? He got stopped by Tim Bradley at welterweight. Pacquiao beat him and should have got a knockdown, but they said it was a slip. Brandon Rios, he knocked out Alvarado in the 3rd fight. So what's Brandon Rios' best opponent? So how's that a killer? At 47. In the lighter divisions, he was a killer before he ate himself out of the divisions and had to keep moving up. How's Chris Algieri a killer when he barely beat Ruslan Provodnikov? Put Ruslan Provodnikov in there with Errol Spence or Terrence Crawford, and you'll see some slicing and dicing. This shit is too easy, man. I'm about to get into this media day. I'll holla at y'all. Manny is not a 147-pounder, a natural. Who cares? He's at the division with the belt. And he fought bigger guys his whole career. What's the difference now? Yeah, you're done. See? So all of a sudden, Manny Pacquiao fought bigger guys his whole career. All of a sudden, now he can't do it anymore. Doesn't even make sense. Why can't Pacquiao all of a sudden, oh, he's earned the right to fight whoever, Jeff Horn? What tips would you give to an upcoming channel? Consistency, priorities. That's the biggest, and passion. Those are probably the biggest things. Stick with it consistently. You have to have passion. If you're coming in it for money only, you'll fail. If a lot of people see this and see me covering fights or Fight Height or whoever they see and aspire to do, and if you're coming in for money, you're gonna fail because people will be able to sense that, and you're not doing it for the right reasons. And then you just have to learn on the job and just get better and things like that. Shout out to Duron Heron, $5 super chat. He says, "Ego, keep it up." Appreciate it. Check out the Ward Media Day on the channel. It'll be up shortly. I'm about to go in there right now. Shout out to Keshel Alexander. We working. Jeff Horn, 2 Beasts. I'm done. Holla.